All Souls Church. Our church is often referred to as the chapel or Chapel on the Hill because it indeed was once that. But as it expanded and became a greater part of the Stony Brook community, it eventually became a church itself, All Souls Church. So we welcome you here tonight in our concert series. I'm Herb Monis. I'm a parishioner here at the church. I've been asked to fill in for Dan Kerr, who is away, and do the introductions for tonight's program. So I hope to do a good job, but Dan is a very special person in what he does, and I will try to be second fiddle. Notice the music analogy. Anyway, if you're familiar with All Souls Church, our mission, which we're very proud of, is that we try to meet you on your spiritual journey, wherever that might be. We try to reach out to the community in order to embrace them so that their spiritual needs could be fulfilled. And in that way, we have a broad net of activities that we cast out, and in order to, I would say, enhance, enliven your experience. So that might be that we have on Sundays a virtual service at 8 o'clock and at 9:30 a Eucharist service here. On Tuesdays we have service here. We also do Native American drumming once a month on Thursdays. We do poetry reading on Saturdays. We have activities that expand in so many different ways to help you. I would be remiss if I didn't say we do a rosary at 12 o'clock on Wednesdays, which is a very special experience, right? And we have also not only these concerts, but when we do our services, especially on Tuesdays, we invite different clergy throughout the community to be the one that gives the sermon. So it might be Tom Manuel of the Pentecostal faith. It could be an imam. It could be a rabbi. It could be a Catholic priest. We kind of have allowed or have so many different people give you an experience of their teachings that way. I'd like to announce a couple of people. Tom Brownworth is our videographer. How's that for a title?
Wonderful.
Victoria Alnish and Eileen are going to be serving the wine during intermission, so they're going to be in the back. And when we do our program this evening, we do have that after the first set by the musicians, we'll take about a 15-minute break, and then we'll reconvene with the ringing of the bell, and then have the second part of the program. At the end of the program, we'll have a brief section in which you can ask questions to the musicians, which is a terrific learning experience that way. So you ask me, and it really is, your questions to them is really something that's special. I would say, I'm going to make a remark that the eGALitarians, the women here, as they perform, in the background you can see, not as vividly as it might be, the stained glass window. During the day, it's magnificent with the light coming in, especially in the morning. The woman in the stained glass window is Saint Elizabeth of Hungary. She represents charity. She was a 13th century princess, married very, very young, and then only after 4 years of marriage, her husband died. And she will take the great wealth that she had as a princess and then devote it to giving money to those that were in need. So in the stained glass window, looking at our women band, or women musicians, you'll see her giving a coin to a person with an outstretched hand. The idea of charity, the idea of giving. And she was particularly revered in the years after her birth and after her marriage and after her husband died, and then for the years afterwards and until this day, it's considered to be a blessing to go to her tomb, and there's a certain healing power that's there. But that's Saint Elizabeth. Charity. Oh, keep in mind.
What year?
Yeah, I don't know the exact date. I'd have to look that up as to when she was made a saint. And she had a couple of miracles attributed to her lifetime, and then miracles attributed after her death of people that had visited the grave. So, but in regards to charity, I mention it not only because I want to talk a little bit more about it at intermission before sending you back to the wine, but because we always would like you to donate to the musicians with our giving can in the back. There's a little vessel back there for tips and for money. 100% of that goes to the musicians. So be charitable, be kind, and it helps to maintain our programs here. And now, without further ado, Kate, would you give an introduction?
I'm going to give an introduction after this next piece. Brass. We are an all-women and non-binary brass group based in New York City. Very happy to be here. I am a Stony Brook grad. I did my doctorate here, and finished in 2023. Yeah, December 2022. So it's good to be back, sort of. As much as this area is, Stony Brook, the university. So that piece was Fanfare of Changes by Trevor Weston, who is a Brooklyn-based composer who I discovered during the pandemic when we all had tons of time at home, and I was doing some more research on repertoire. There are a lot of trumpet duets out there, but not a lot by people that aren't very, very old dead white men. So that is one that is not by the person. Really, really cool piece, love playing it. And if you're a resident of the concert series here, you might have heard that piece before, actually. My partner Ford and I have a duo, and Lindsay played with him last year in August. So if you had heard that piece, it would sound slightly different with trumpet and clarinet. I definitely like the trumpet and trumpet version, but yeah. So this next piece, I'll say a little bit about myself first. So yeah, I went to Stony Brook. I live in Brooklyn. I play trumpet on all sorts of different things, from Broadway shows, solo recitals, whatever comes up. I also teach at NYU. I have a bunch of students there and love just playing trumpet around the city. And I'm going to introduce Jasmine here, who will tell you about herself and our next piece.
Hello everyone, I'm Jasmine. I'm a horn player and I'm from New York City. Freelance musician out there. I regularly freelance with some of the big orchestras there, including the Metropolitan Opera and whatnot. So yeah, this next piece we're going to be playing is called, we're switching around the program, by the way. So it's mentioned we're going to play the Suite from Maria de Buenos Aires next, but we're going to play the Sinfonia No. 2 first by Leonora Durante. It's a recently discovered piece, originally arranged for strings, but we have the privilege to play it as a brass quintet. You'll hear flavors, it's from the Renaissance era, excuse me. So without further ado, please enjoy the Sinfonia No. 2. is Gina Benalcazar Lopez. I am playing bass trombone for you this evening. I am a Honduran Ecuadorian American trombonist, low brass specialist, arranger and composer. Later this program you're going to hear one of mine. The next one is not one of mine. This one is the Suite from Maria de Buenos Aires. It's from Astor Piazzolla. So if you've heard tango, likely any brass tango, it's from Astor Piazzolla. He's written a lot of pieces ranging from trumpet solos with orchestra, a lot of accordion. So usually when you hear accordion, that's a very classic Astor Piazzolla sound. And this piece is actually originally written to be a very large brass ensemble, including percussion, tuba, double the trombones, double the trumpets, triple the horns, add some more of this, some more of that, and an entire percussion section. And this is an adaptation by Stephen Verhouse, who's also a prolific arranger for brass. And so you're going to hear the quintet version of Suite from Maria de Buenos Aires.
name is Julie. I am from New Jersey, but actually my parents grew up on Long Island, so. I am a freelancer in New York City. I play on Broadway and I play like freelancing other places, orchestras, and I got off of the national tour Fiddler on the Roof recently, so I was out doing that. We actually came to Long Island too. We came to the Tilla Center, so that was cool. Yeah, this next piece is a Latin piece, very passionate Latin piece, and we love playing different styles of music, and it's good for everyone, so enjoy.
I'm originally from California, but now live in Manhattan. Currently, I'm pursuing my doctorate in music at the Manhattan School of Music, and I'm a freelancer throughout the city. I do a lot of quintets, music theater stuff, and some things here and there. This next piece is called Raise the Roof by Glenn Walker. It is supposed to be reminiscent of construction work, quite literally raising a roof of a new performing arts center in Connecticut. I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, while we're looking for our cellular devices, this next piece is one that we've done a couple times on tour and on our various recitals. It is called O Greening Branch, and it's by Hildegard, who is one of the oldest, as far as we know, like music history-wise, women composers out there. So it's really, really cool, very special. It was originally written, for people singing, and then it was originally arranged for tuba and electronics. And that tuba player then arranged it for brass quintet, so that's the version you're going to be hearing now. And how we usually do it on our recitals is to do it surrounding the audience in the space. It's a little bit tricky right here, so you're going to hear the slightly cozier version. But it's a really, really cool piece, and we're happy to share it with you. piece, Miracles of the Human Condition. This is the first movement, which is titled First Meeting. This whole piece is about human relationships. It was written by Lillian Yee when she was in the process of getting married, and about all of the debacles, trials, tribulations that relationships with other people holds. So each movement goes through like a different aspect of communication, you could say. So this is the first meeting movement. And I feel like this is a good opportunity to mention that we are in the process of recording our first album. So it's a very exciting time. This is definitely one of the pieces we are hoping will be on it. And we've applied for a lot of grants for funding for the album and hoping for a miracle, you could say. So please enjoy Miracles of the Human Condition, the first meeting.
it was fair to give you a warning slash heads up that the following piece is my original composition. Originally orchestrated for, had rhythm sections, and saxophones were in there. There was some stuff. And I adapted it for eGALitarian brass quintet because I thought, well, I just want to play it more often, and I wanted to hear it with these wonderful musicians. So this tune is entitled Rita, and it's about young love. It's about naivete and just dealing with the unknown and the first of anything. So this is Rita.
Sadly come for our last piece. So instead of going out with a banger, we're going to end with something nice and sentimental. And this is a piece that's been in our repertoire, I guess, since about the beginning. And it's one that we all love to play. We've played on tour in various states. We've played at concerts of the highest, fanciest level and busking on the street. So it's definitely gone through the ringer with us, and means a lot, and it means a lot for us to be here. So thank you all so much for being here, for allowing us this place to play our first gig of the year, and thank you.
talented musicians doing wonderful things. If anyone has a question, let's take a couple of questions and see what we can learn. Yes, sir.
Where are you playing next?
Where are we playing next? It's funny that you asked that because we have a date, but we don't have a venue. So we're still in the process of figuring it out, but it will be in Brooklyn because it was a Brooklyn-based grant that gave us the funding. So we're super grateful that it has to be in the borough of Brooklyn on February 16th. So stay tuned. Follow us on social media.
How long have you been playing together? And how did that happen? How did, your beautiful music and then you all come together?
Well, so we have our amazing band leader here. She leads the charge. And we sometimes have a different combination of musicians. So I've been playing, I think, 2-3 years. And all of us for different, I think I was of this iteration of people, I might be the newest. So we've been playing for a while. And am I the newest? I can't remember. We've been playing for a while together. And all of us have careers like very separate from this, and so we play different various styles. But all of us are also freelancers, so we make a living kind of popping in for gigs, right? So we'll do like a rehearsal to kind of go through the stuff. But I would say that we have like a repertoire. So this band has a book, and for the most part we know the book, and we'll just get together before the show and kind of try to every time elevate the experience so that every time you hear us it's hopefully better, more polished, more together. And the repertoire is, as you can hear, is very beautiful. So it's very interesting for us to play, even if we've played it several times, because every time something new happens, and the more that we know the piece, the more that we can kind of shape it. Sometimes we'll slow down sections. I felt moments happening this evening, because we're comfortable enough with the music where we can hear when one member's like, can we maybe speed this section up a little bit or maybe pull it back? So at this point we all know all the moving lines within, that if any slight alteration happens, we're ready to take it. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
What gifts? You have such gifts,
Thank
really.
you.
Thank you.
Ms. Scott?
So you're all women or non-binary.
Yes.
And in today's world, when you look back to people my age, never would have come across 5 women performing professionally. Are there still obstacles that you face?
Yes.
I feel like sometimes, me personally, sometimes when people hear, oh, it's an all-women group, they think it's a gimmick, so they underestimate you. They're like, oh, yeah, classic, it's going to be a gimmick, it's for the grants, for the whatever. So I think, I'm speaking again, sorry. I feel like sometimes we get underestimated, but also, one thing, if you underestimate, people will have that ear on you. So then people listen very intensely. So, if you're gonna listen super hard and then offer us another gig, come on now.
Yeah, I would say definitely all of us individually have had unfortunate experiences of sexism and discrimination of all sorts. Fortunately in this group, I haven't felt it performing, that people have judged us a certain way. But it's in the name, so they kind of know what they're going to get. Like the gal is capitalized, you couldn't tell. But yeah, New York can be kind of rough for new people in general. So I think sometimes the old crowd of brass boys isn't always as welcoming in my experience. So we're trying to get in there and change the game.
If I may ask, are these all the instruments you began your musical journey with, or did you transition from another instrument and wind up with these? You're so wildly talented and accomplished. I'm just curious.
Want to go down the line? You start on trumpet?
The thing about this, I did a summer of piano lessons in 3rd grade.
Nice.
Order in 4th grade, violin in 5th grade, and I picked this up in 6th grade, and I've stuck with it.
Fantastic.
I did also start on piano, and then started trombone in 4th grade in school, yeah.
And if you had parents that encouraged brass and didn't say stick with the flute or a clarinet, you know, typically
My mom.
female
My mom
nobody.
plays.
She would rather.
Yeah.
She said you can't play that at home.
Oh,
So-
fantastic, though, really, thank you, it was a wonderful class.
Well, I wasn't allowed to practice at home for a
Oh.
while. Yeah, until after college. She said after I sounded good. Then I didn't start playing until I was 16. I started on the tenor trombone, and then sometimes I play tuba, but I don't like to tell people that because then they'll make me carry it there. And people ask a lot, like, do you wish you played flute? Sometimes I do.
Everyone's playing.
Yeah.
When transporting.
When transporting, I
Yes.
do rush and pick the smaller instrument.
I started with guitar because my mother thought it was a good instrument to like gather with friends, play some songs. I was not interested, so I went towards classical guitar. And just that's more in your own bubble. But then from there, I picked up. Also, while I was playing guitar, I started clarinet. And then 6 months later, I picked up horn. So there was a period I played 3 instruments because I was homeschooled. And then for high school, that's kind of when I transitioned to clarinet and horn. And for college, I was like, okay, we'll go with horn. And then
She's got the most extensive resume of all of us. My gosh.
I, like Lindsay, also started on piano in 3rd grade and then transitioned to trumpet in 4th grade.
Cool, wonderful, really, thank you so much.
So what's the difference in this?
And one more question, Steve?
Have you recorded anything for this CD yet?
Not yet. The music is picked. Well, I guess we kind of did your tune, Rehab, but we'll probably re-record it like in a nice space. But we did record that one.
Well, technically, we record everything.
Yeah, that's right. It's got it back then.
And when can we see these on YouTube?
Hopefully soon. I'm trying to
Like,
get things
subscribe.
together. Yeah. I am totally sitting on a backlog of maybe a year's of our gigs worth of recordings. But I will not start at the beginning. I'll start more recent. So little clips could be out soon. Yeah. There's already a lot of stuff online, so we are out there.
On behalf of the congregation, the parishioners, clergy, All Souls appreciates and values your performance, which was extraordinary. I hope that the church was to your standards of being able to demonstrate the talents that you had. But it was truly a wonderful experience. And I think that we're all grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a safe home.